Kevin Young happy with the improvement of his decision-making and shot selection as the year has gone on. Dayday Thomas. Nice soft touch for Dayday Thomas, who's coming off a season-high 26 points in the win against Oklahoma State a few days ago. Debbansa with the left hand. Good rim protection by Chom underneath.
You see they're double teaming Jizzle James. They're not going to let him play pick and roll tonight. And then, but here's the problem. Then you got to rotate and scramble out of it. And they get it to one of their best shooters in the corner. Good job by Jizzle James to handle the pressure, not get sped up, get the ball out of his hands, and then excellent spacing by Celestine.
Second three-pointer of the game for Cincinnati. Debbansa, he wanted a foul. Instead, the ball was tipped. Finish potentially on the road with a win if they can get it on the road against TCU, as Keita came over to block Baba Miller.
What a block by Keita, coming from the weak side as the weak side defender and pinning that ball in the glass.
Davis dribbled it off his foot. Here comes Dayday Thomas. And Thomas is swatted out of bounds.
It's so much easier for the perimeter players to get open looks and share the basketball. Great ATO out of the timeout by Coach Wes Miller. That's why they were able to get the lob possession.
Jizzle James at the free throw line. That's his bread and butter, the mid-range jumper.
Yeah, that's where he excels. Good pull.
12-0 run for Cincinnati. BYU scoreless for 3.5 minutes plus. Robert Wright trying to get some space. Cincinnati not letting BYU inside the arc, and a turnover. Jizzle James, the steal. Jizzle James, the finish.
Both ends of the floor, the steal. Doesn't matter if you contest the hang and the finish. Bearcats.
BYU's lost 7 of their last 10. They have fallen out of the top 25 for the first time this year, but they do still have arguably the best player in the country, A.J. Debbansa, and he gets his 4th point here in the first half.
Yeah, and that was so good. The great patience by Debbansa right there. Takes the contact, uses his pivots and then his size to score in the paint.
Sear Harris baseline drops it off for Mustafa Chom, who's averaging 20. Jalen Celestine, transition 3, his 2nd triple of the game.
Great pull-up right there, spacing on that fast break opportunity. 2 guys on the left side of the floor. One BYU defender there, and then Debbansa with the answer.
Debbansa now with 6 points. It was the largest lead of the game for Cincinnati. Saved from going out of bounds into the hands of Jizzle James. Cincinnati has made 4 threes in the opening 10 minutes. For the Bearcats, who are now up by 14. Debbansa the focal point for the BYU offense. Skip pass, Kostic rattles in the 3.
He can just see over the top of defenses, and that really helps his vision.
Zone defense out of bounds. We talked about that earlier. BYU flexes into that, but nobody stepping out. Keita, offensive rebound. Davis in the corner. Back-to-back threes for BYU.
Good job by Keita.
Chom for 3. Why not? Just a 23% three-point shooter on the year. So BYU can get Debbansa involved. He's got 6 points, 3 turnovers on 3 of 7 shooting. And Harris knocks it loose from behind. Sincere Harris.
The late night tonight as well. Cincinnati, a tournament team, we think.
Because Ahmed did a good job of moving his feet and playing defense without fouling.
Now Robert Wright, the 3rd, off balance, extending the arm for the finger roll. Mustafa Chom, who's been so good for this Cincinnati team as of late. Celestine.
And that was actually a great possession offensively, playing out of the double team in the post.
Debbansa flying in for the offensive rebound. Give Kostic another chance. A little bit of a miscommunication. I think Chom was expecting a pass closer to the rim. Here's Wright for 3. Good start for BYU. Unable to overtake the Mountaineers. And ended up losing 79-71. Debbansa
drags it out. Okay, and then Celestine is just late to get back in front.
To Utah a couple weeks ago, and that's what has gotten the ire of these Cincinnati Bearcat fans over the course of this year, as they have dropped a lot of winnable games But if Thomas continues to shoot the way he has, coming off a 26-point season high a game ago against Oklahoma State, knocks down the triple here in the second half.
Here's that offense clicking. Rob Wright hit a three. It's such a battle in this league.
Celestine step back two-pointer for Jalen Celestine. Every win important down the stretch, especially for Cincinnati. Kostic.
Good play.
Miller on Debbansa again. Miller has not shied away. Jizzle James, elbow J. Very careful with the basketball. Thomas, he'll take a mid-range jumper. Miller staying with Debbansa. Debbansa going over the top.
And that was good defense by Miller. Just better offense to be able to pivot like that and get away from a 6'11" defender and rise up in the paint.
Jizzle James. Nearing the midway point of half number 2. Here's Keyshawn Tillery, and again, nobody stepping up in front of.
You win that one, you give yourself another chance to boost your resume. And so I think for them, if they can get this game Saturday and then get another good one in the Big 12 tournament, they're going to be right there on Selection Sunday.
No doubt about it. Robert Wright weaving through traffic after the Mustafa Cham bucket on the other end. Wright's got 15, Cham has 11. Cham 14 and 8. Debbansa for 3. Tillery, 6 to shoot. Head fake inside Celestine.
Tillery's been so good.
Sincere Harris turns the corner. It's all Cincinnati here on senior night at Fifth Third Arena. The largest lead of the game for the Bearcats. Mustafa Cham again. Nothing?
Not one thing.
That's disappointing.
Not like a not a t-shirt,
not a medal,
not one,
a pin,
not one thing.
Not a brooch. You can get hot late and prove yourself and get some marquee wins.
Absolutely.
And then the selection committee has to make a tough decision. A rare turnover for Cincinnati.
What a play. And to end on a high note in your last game in Fifth Third Arena.
Kostic in the corner. 4-3 of the game for Alexei Kostic, freshman from Austria. BYU, a team averaging 85 points per game on the year, held to under 70 as Celestine.
To get his son honored on senior night, now they're trying to find the ball, see if he gets a shot up.
7th game of the year that Derbyshire's appeared in. And Harris, 90-plus points in 4 of their last 7 games. The offense humming for Cincinnati.